Hi everyone, today I'm going to film my makeup process. I've never really done this before, which is surprising. I've already prepped my face. I rarely ever use primer because I do so much, there's so much moisturizer and oils and lotions and potions on my face, and I've never really had a problem. So the first step is to glue down my brows with the Elmer's purple glue. This is the first layer. By now my brows sort of know how to lay. I press hard so it goes through the follicles, and then I'll let this dry completely for like 5 minutes or something. So what do you want to talk about for 5 minutes? Just kidding. Now this is dry. I'm going to do another layer. Oh, she's getting low. Good thing it's back to school season. Oh, it's way past back to school season, isn't it? Anyway, it's almost Christmas. I'll put the second layer on, nice and thick, pressing hard, getting it flat. Oh! Let this get tacky, and then I'm gonna put some pressed foundation powder to cover them up. There, and now they're gone. Now you can't even tell. So I dust the extra away and let it dry all the way. It's finally time to start with foundation. I use a Kryolan TV paint stick. I use a wet, damp sponge. I really pounded in there. It looked like completely the wrong color for my skin. You'll see the magic. You gotta trust the process, they always say. You gotta bear with me because I'm trying to get used to just sitting alone in my room and speaking to camera as though there are people listening. And I understand the concept, obviously, that people will be listening once I edit this and put it out, but hopefully, with any luck. Next, I paint on my highlight. I do something, maybe a lot of people do this. I learned it from somewhere, but I take Mayron's Clown White Light. It's like a sheer white, and adding it, I just blend it into, whatever color you blend it into, it just sort of lightens it up. So I paint my highlights with this. I make sure to use a filthy, dirty brush. You see how my brush is like a cloven hoof? That's gotta be a bad omen. Ooh. So now I take the same sponge that has all of the Kryolan paint stick pounded into it, and I use the same one, and I just start blending from the edges inward. This is all just underpaint because we're gonna do powder anyway, and I'm about to put contour on. That'll even it all out. I use another damp little beauty blender, Revlon Color Stay, and I just do little swipes. I try to keep it darker up here. I've done sort of a slap job on my nose, but it'll all get powdered and more color, Once that's done, I just one more time, just to blend in all those contours, make sure everything's looking nice before we put powder on and bake. Just sort of go over the transitional spots. Oh yeah, and then I take this and bring it up to the nose contour. Next, I powder down all the wet paint. And then we're gonna do what is known as baking. And let that just sit and bake on for 5 minutes. I'm gonna start my powder contour, and I use a taupe blush from NYX and my friend save the date card that I cut my cheeks into. Then I'll just blend that out. Just give it a little softening. Then I'll take a slightly darker tone, very lightly for a little dimension, go in the pockets right here. Very tiny amount of product. Just a little shadow. I'm a big proprietor of fingers as tools. Now the bake has been on for 5 minutes. And there you have it. That's my, oh actually no, that's not mine. And there you don't have it because I still have to powder my nose. So I use that brush. I use my same 2 contour shades. Try to get the brush as really as skinny as I can, like hold it, like pinch it. And just sort of like that. Ooh, she's good. Is she crooked? Oh my God, so crooked. I look like a witch. Whoa. Is it fixable? That's a question. Just hold my head to the side. Sometimes when my makeup's crooked, I just feel like I can straighten it with my fingers by rubbing it into place. You know, it helps up here. When I'm doing my eyes, I like to do my eyebrows first because it helps me sort of map out the rest of everything. Okay, so they're definitely cousins, not sisters. That leaves a lot of room for eyes, maybe too much room. Next, I'm going to do my eyeliner with a liquid NYX Epic Ink liner. I like this one. So this is just for the shape. I'll fill it in at the very end so it can stay very deep, dark, matte black and not get all kinds of powder all over it. Next, I'll take an eye pencil and I'll sketch out my cut crease, my false lid, and then I'll go in with eyeshadow and start shading her up. Thought I heard some wildlife. Oh, it's a bird. Okay, so some days they're bigger and some days they're smaller. Today's imperative is space. Give me some space to play with. So these are my huge eyelids, you know? And now I'll start shading in this area and get in there with some eyeshadow. And who can ever really say when it's done, but I just have to move on. Next, I'm gonna paint in the lids. Next, I'm gonna set those with translucent powder and then do some shading on the inside of the lid. That's really where the magic happens. Looking good. Next, I'm gonna do the white liner under my eyes. Maybelline New York. Maybelline New York. And I always heat it up with my breath. Now I use a white liquid lipstick. Last but not least, for the eyes, I'll fill in here with gel eyeliner and put a little mascara on. I'll set that gel with black powder just so it's super matte. I'm gonna put a little flush of Kana that's on my eyes under my eyeliner. Just for a little dimension. Just to put something on my eye bags for them to hide behind. Time for lips. I'm gonna overline in a sort of a deep plum pencil from NYX called Club Hopper, and then fill in with the classic MAC Velvet Teddy and highlight the middle with a little clown white. I don't know, I think I'm looking pretty good. Blush and highlighter are the last steps if you don't count lashes. Blush here and in a little bit of all my contours. Highlight pretty much everywhere there's a highlight on my face. So that's it, that's the face. It only took 4.5 hours. I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.